into week 8 of the College Football Catch-Up podcast for the Stateline Sports Reporters podcast. Got a big week here. Interesting
week.
ETSU
pretty light.
is off. And Tech took care of business yesterday. Let's start off with that one.
We're already one game
Boston
in.
College, exactly. A little late to the party.
She's a little tired because she didn't get back until probably 4 o'clock last night.
Yeah, it was a late one last night. I was quite delusional on the drive back, but it was a great game.
Yeah.
That third quarter was certainly touch and go for the Hokies, but overall crazy night.
Mm-hmm.
One for the record books, actually. With Bashal too, and
he had a record night. I mean, I was trying to keep up with it as much as possible while going getting high school stuff while you're out there, and it was 28-0, and I'm like, oh, smooth cruising. Next time I look at my phone, it was 28-21, and I'm like, oh crap. I'm like, this is gonna make Lauren's night even longer. Say they come lose this game.
Oh, I know.
Or if they come back, it was overtime or something. But took care of business, closed it out in the fourth. Yeah. That was good, but yeah, I mean, you can't get any better than a Thursday night in Blacksburg.
No, you can't. Thursday night, it was an electric atmosphere, sold out. A ton of people. It was chilly. It was cold, might I even say.
I could tell just by Brent Pry in the post-game presser. He it looked like he was bundled up.
Yeah.
And he had a hat. He just looked different than he normally does. And I was like, he looks cold.
Yeah, I don't know. I brought the gloves out. I was shooting in gloves all day. It was certainly a chilly one, but, a fun one. Like I said, Bashal 2N set the single game record for most rushing yards in a game at 266. Man. Brent Price said not one for records, but running backs coach went up and was like, hey, he's 10 yards away. Put him back in. And he listened. So, that's a big deal. A lot of big running backs have come through Virginia Tech. So that was a big one for sure. APR, Antoine Power Island, big night, 4 sacks, had 7 tackles, all solo, and 4 of them were sacks.
Yeah.
Talk about a difference maker.
That is a difference. I mean, those are the kind of nights that put you on the NFL draft board.
And there were 20. I saw something that said there were 29 scouts in attendance at last night's game.
Good night to show out.
I think they saw some talent there. And then, I think we got to give the local kids some credit. Jaden Keller, Tennessee High grad, led the team in tackles, had 10 tackles, and truly kind of shifted the game. The one you said, 28-21 game, BC went for it on 4th down, 4th and short, and Pop stopped him. And that completely flipped the game. They turned around, went and scored a touchdown, and it really just kind of put the Hokies back on track. So
I mean, I've seen the local boys making big plays.
Exactly. I mean, got to represent.
A momentum stopper for sure. So that's huge. When you need those kind of plays, when you have control the whole game and the other team starts to creep their way back in. If you don't make those plays, that's when tragedy happens.
Yeah.
That's when BC comes back and makes it more interesting. So props to them. Kudos to Keller.
Yeah, and good game overall for the Hokies. 42-21 victory, back on track, coming out of the bye.
Back over 500.
There you go. All right, we're going to move along. Big game of the week, 3rd Saturday in October. Welcome to Alabama at Tennessee.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I think it should be a good one, that's for sure.
Rocky top.
I think 2 weeks ago, it would have been an even better one. Both teams have certainly been a little shaky recently.
Struggled, to say the least. Both of them have lost a game, and both won a game
close.
Barely.
Yeah.
Like scares.
To teams that they shouldn't have.
Yes. Tennessee, that overtime scare over Florida. South Carolina almost knocked Alabama. So 2 teams that are not playing their best football after crazy wins. So, you go and beat Georgia in that wild ending,
crazy
Alabama, and then it's like they've had a 2-week hangover. So that's where I'm kind of going in. Is this a game where Alabama kind of plays their best football of the season so far, and Tennessee's kind of taken aback, or do we get both teams' best games? And it's going to be just a slugfest. I don't know.
I don't know either. It's crazy to think. I mean, when you think about it, Milrow's been around for a little while. And so to see him regress in back-to-back games is a little concerning for me. Whereas Nico is still, in his first season leading the team. It's not, I mean, obviously the expectations were so high after the first couple games, but I think it's normal to you're settling in. I mean, obviously Chattanooga and Kent State aren't giving you, SEC caliber football. So I think that he kind of had to, settle in a little bit. And I think that, maybe at this rate, back-to-back shaky games, I think you really, is eye-opening. It's like this, you have to show up. I mean, this game is, if you lose, your playoff chances are gone.
Yes. That's what I think the biggest thing about this one is both teams are in trouble. Whoever loses this game is on the ropes.
Yeah.
On the ropes. It is going to be extremely hard. Especially, this is something I thought about today and I heard. Tennessee's resume is non-existent anymore because their two big wins, Oklahoma and NC State's awful.
And Oklahoma's not great either.
Oklahoma is probably not going to be ranked in the next couple of weeks. So Tennessee's resume doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So if Tennessee loses 2 games, they probably are done completely. Alabama may still have a shot. Tennessee could if they go and win on the road in Georgia, but I don't know. I think I'd feel better about
even in a 12-field playoff, 2 losses, even in the SEC, is tough to come back from.
It is.
There are so many other good programs that'll be making their argument to this is why I should have my shot over someone who has 2 losses.
Yeah, mostly because of the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Not because of the Big 12.
What about the ACC?
Or the ACC.
Come on now. Put some respect on the ACC.
Clemson is getting hot again. Everyone threw them to the side after that week.
I'm gonna knock on some wood. Don't jinx us.
I'm just saying.
Don't jinx
Everyone threw them into the woods after that
know.
week 1 loss, and they have been rolling since.
Yeah, give us Bama or give us Georgia, give us Bama. I don't care. I'll take them all. Clemson can hang.
I'll take them all.
But yeah.
Anywho, back to the point. This is a big game. Whoever loses is in trouble.
It is. I mean, this is certainly
it makes it that much more interesting.
Tennessee struggled with Bama in the past. Obviously, came away with that big win in Neyland, last-minute field goal.
Goal post down.
Crazy atmosphere. I mean, one can only hope that we get to see it again, right?
That would be amazing.
Take as many fines as Neyland can get. I mean,
yeah.
This one's going to be tough.
And you see what DeBoer said?
I didn't. What did he say?
He's been, he knows loud.
Oh, I did see that. I did see that. Come on now. SEC loud.
You want to crank up the loud? Rocky Top fans even more. You're just asking for it.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. I don't know if you can get up to 125 decibels of sound over in Washington. I don't know. Never been there, but I heard it is loud.
I don't have any faith that the West Coast is competing with the SEC.
I don't think so.
In football, as far as atmospheres go.
Yeah,
I'm sure they've got their own things. They've got their own traditions. They've got their own things, but there's no shot. Yeah. You're not competing with the SEC.
It's going to be a little bit louder there, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Anywho.
A little bit. All right. We're going to shift very shortened version of Lauren's Locks this week.
Just 2.
We've got Alabama opened at 3-point favorites, Alabama, and it's stayed that way. Alabama is favored by a field goal.
You go first.
Oh
wait, you can't. It's yours. Sorry, Tennessee fans. I'm going Alabama. I think it literally comes down to a field goal. It could be another overtime game. I don't know. But I can't see it happening. Sorry, everyone. Alabama's going to win this game.
This is so tough for me because Alabama's I feel like Alabama is known for their offense, right?
Yes.
Not necessarily their defense. Tennessee has not allowed a team to score more than 19 points.
Yeah.
And here's my other thing. I feel like Dylan Sampson has just been an absolute beast.
He has.
I feel like Dylan Sampson could run on Alabama and put enough points to give them the edge.
Okay.
However, I think I still have to go with Alabama. I think Alabama's first half performance and then ultimate win over Georgia speaks louder than anything Tennessee has done.
Yes. I think that's the difference here. I just think Tennessee's offense has struggled too mightily, especially in the passing game, where that's the difference in this one.
Yeah.
It's tough because
yeah,
we're not fans here. We're neutral.
Yeah. Well, I mean, clearly we're not going to be popular
But I
picking
would
against
like to,
Tennessee all the time.
It's nicer. It's a cooler atmosphere when the home team, has some craziness happen and wins a game. But I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
We'll
all right. I've got one little extra game.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to pick it.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia, Texas. Texas opened as 3.5-point favorites. Now they're 4.5-point favorites.
Yeah. So the pros are coming in heavy on Texas. That's what that means. But listen here. I just got to stick with what I did a couple of days ago in our panel.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Georgia to win this game.
Did you?
I did.
See, I said bye-bye Bulldogs.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Kiss goodbye to the playoffs.
Okay.
And you're done.
I mean, I think that would make me feel happy too. Not really. I don't really care. I'm a little bit. But
the
Texas
backtracking is crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's really bad. I should have just stopped right at the beginning. Anywho, I just don't know. It's tough. I think Texas is definitely the better team. I just have this weird, this year's going to be. I think it makes it.
You think there's going to be a lot of
there's going to be no
undefeated.
That's what I'm where my head went when I was picking this game.
That would be really fun though. If there are just a bunch of one-loss teams, and it's
and that's where my head went.
Everybody's on an even playing field again.
So I went. So I'm just going Georgia.
And I'm going Texas.
I'm
rocking with Texas. We're gonna opposite sides.
You got to be on opposite. Yeah.
All right. That's going to be it. Little shortened episode for you this week. So make sure to join us next week.